folks, Jake here. Today we're going to make a Japanese inspired trout minnow. So it's a little twitch minnow. You can reel it, it'll wiggle, and you can twitch it and make it dart in different ways. So bear with me, let's dive in and get building. Normally you draw a rough shape like that, cut it out, but I've already got my template cut out. Okay, so onto the wood. This is what, 3.3 mil. We're just going to mark it there and then use our square here. There we go. So with balsa wood so thin, you can easily cut it with a knife, so we don't need the saw. Go. Two. Okay, so now we've got double-sided sticky tape. We're just going to put some strips down. We don't need much for this at all. Rough cut them out, and then we're just going to cut them out properly. Like this, just using the knife. And then sanding. Okay, so with these guys, I'm wanting them flat-sided, so we're going to do very minimal chamfer work on here. Sanding. Next we're going to open them up. There we go. Okay, now I've got some 0.8mm stainless steel wire, and we're going to start on the harness. And I'm just going to snip off a section that's about 3 times the length of the lure. So just using these jeweler's pliers, put a little shoulder on, and there we go. We just position it in about there, that's good. And then we want the hook hanger to come out about there. So we're just going to get the pliers about there and just bend it down to meet. Get this, pliers again. Just bend them round to there. Just keep checking, that looks alright to me. That's looking pretty good, and then we're just going to snip off the excess here. Then we pop the two halves together and just make sure it all fits where you want it to be, it's good. And then once it's together, just give it a squeeze, and we're trying to mark where those wires run on the other side of the balsa. Once you've got your marks here, you can see where the wire's running. Okay, so we've got our 1 gram weights, and what we're going to have to do, we are going to have to squash them down here so they're more like disc shaped. So we're going to use this one just as a measure. So if we have 1 weight there, and 1 weight there, so I'm just going to use my punch and take out, so that's just like that. Use my punch again, just take out another little section there. So that's where our weights are going to fit. Now to squash these down, we'll just there we go, there's our 2 weights. Put your weights in, line up your 2 sides like so, and just give a little squeeze, and then yeah, sure, so I don't know if you can see that, I can see 2 depressions, which is enough for me to get my punch. Take out a divot, there we go, just pop those together, and they fit together lovely. So that doesn't feel that heavy. We'll see, maybe they'll float, maybe they'll slow sink. Okay, so now we've got our 2 pieces with our little hole in. We're just going to pop on some super glue and glue them together. Okay, so we've got them all glued together. Now we're just going to give them a rub down with some fine grit sandpaper. Okay, so we're now ready. We're going to just seal the wood, but I'm going to use super glue. Now we're just going to smooth them all out. So we've got some epoxy glass sheet here, and it's 1 mil thick. This is going to be perfect for our lips, and I'm going to use this little spoon as a template. Okay, so now we're just going to use the tin snips just to cut these. Cut along a bit, and then snip a section out. And then we're going to rough cut them out. And now we're just going to shape them up with a file here. That is looking already very good. Just be a bit, lips so small, it's easy to overwork them. Just keep checking. Okay, so we're just lining these up on the lure, roughly where we want to go, push them in a bit. So now we're going to get our knife, we're just going to cut a little channel. They're all ready. Now we just need to pop some glue in and get them glued. So I've got a little template here, and with the right foil you can actually use it to cut. But this is some thicker foil, so all I'm going to do is use it to give me an outline here, something that I can see to cut round. Knock out the eye part here. So there's our eye part. And now I'm just going to cut around that with some scissors. And that is our gill plate. Okay, so another quick neat trick to make some nice scales is to get this mesh here, which is just wire mesh, and we're going to line it up so we've got a nice diamond pattern. Going to put our tape on and we're just going to rub it with our thumb. And that gives us a great little scale pattern there. So next we're just going to fold our foil in half. So we get a template and we're just going to draw around that. Just masking off the lips. So first off, we're going black. Okay, one black done. Next we're going to pop some white on to the bellies. So now comes the really fiddly bit. We're going to take this guy and we're going to put a gill plate on here. Okay, it's very delicate stuff. To line it up. There we go, it's lined up on my lure. So we're going to get the other side on. Just give them a rub down with a pen. smooth it all down with the edge of a pen. I'm not going to go over the pattern bit very much, just getting the edges. This is just some transparent yellow here I'm going to spray on. So next we're going to use some burnt umber. Just darken the tops here with some black. Transparent black. So I'm just lining it up with the middle hook hanger. Just postbox red this is. That's all that guy needs. Oh, it's going to get some black spots as well. We're going what, one dot. One dot there. Well, that's come out absolutely beautifully. Gorgeous. Well, they have come out brilliantly. So I'm really pleased with them. They've got a great action and they do exactly what I want them to do. Great for twitching or straight retrieve, and they'll be really good for chub and trout in the rivers and in the lochs as well for the trout. Anyway, I want to thank you ever so much for sticking with it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Better yet, if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. And if there's anything that you want me to build or have a go at doing, just let me know in the comments and we'll get on to that. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next build.